Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon with a subscription, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate your subscriptions. If you're interested in supporting the channel in that way, you can go to patreon.com and look up Engelgeist over there. With every subscription, you get the daily forecast a day early. Also, there's other readings that are available only over there and, charmings and things like that, depending on the subscription level that you choose. So check that out under Engelgeist on patreon.com. This is the daily forecast. It is intended for everyone who watches it. It is originally created for Tuesday, the 5th of December, but I believe because it is for a collective message for the highest good, I believe that it is timeless and it is intended for you whenever you see it. Spirit, our own, or the guides that are around us have a way of getting the messages to us whenever we need them. So if you're watching this on a date that's not the 5th of December, that's okay. It might be time for you to see it when you are seeing it. So if it shows up in your feed, you don't have to shut it off. You can still watch it or hopefully receive something from it. All right, so because this is a broad spectrum message intended to reach a lot of different people, I will speak in more broader terms. You'll have to figure out where this best applies to your life. If you do make any decisions from any of my videos after having watched any of them, if you make decisions in regards to your own personal life, those decisions are your responsibility, so keep that in mind. And always use your own highest intelligence and intuition when making your decisions in your life. Never take anything that I say over that of a professional in their field, like a doctor, a lawyer, a therapist. I'm not here to replace their information or what they're telling you, okay? These readings are here to help support you, maybe validate you, or show you things you might even already know and just confirm things for you, but they're not necessarily here to make the decisions for you. That's your choice and your free will, so I don't want to mess with that. Please enjoy the readings, though, ultimately, and I hope that they do give you, support, potential insight, things like that. If it doesn't make sense or if it doesn't feel like it applies to your life, that doesn't mean anything's wrong. Just know that you might be working on something different at this time than what the greater collective who watches this video is, right? So, like I said, you can always go and pick another date, just randomly, watch that video, see if it fits. But don't think, oh God, that doesn't make sense, I don't understand. You're not doing anything wrong, okay? All right, so let's get into this and see what the cards have to say for us today. Okay, we have the Two of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful bonded energy. Definitely a sort of a love card. Let's just say that. I always look at twos as couplings or coming together. Sometimes we can be coming together with another individual or maybe even a situation, but we're just certainly coming together in a state of love or in a state of agreement. I would say Two of Cups is a little bit more than agreement, but it feels beneficial to me, right? It feels, equitable or reciprocal, right? Sometimes twos to me can also represent the deepening of the relationship to the self, right? And the reason why I say that is because we have the Hermit underneath this in the beginning of the Sunday forecast. So that Hermit card, and I forget how that Hermit, because I can't write down all of the cards. I don't remember exactly how that Hermit played out in his early part of his clarifiers, but I know that what the Hermit represents is that sort of that moving into a depth of an understanding of oneself through doing sort of the deeper search, right? Doing the sort of spiritual kind of connection within ourselves, having that conversation with ourselves. The Two of Cups to me, for those of you that are having that conversation, I feel like this is a really sort of blessed card. To me, it speaks to the idea of maybe coming into line with ourselves. Yesterday, we saw that sort of optimism and that desire to take action on whatever it is that we want and looking at the growth through that Page of Wands card. Today, I feel like we're settling that in emotionally, cups being the element of water and the emotions, the two being a really nice kind of bonded card, right? So we could be emotionally sort of settling into where we're at, what we're looking at, how we're feeling, right? And as we do that, we'll be moving into sort of that Knight of Pentacles energy, which is that very steady, grounded, beautiful sort of energy. And we had that Virgo Hermit at the beginning of the week. So to me, this Two of Cups is also complementary, cups being water, and, Hermit and Knight of Pentacles both being, I feel like there was a lot of Pentacles energy. Wasn't there this week? I think that there was in all of the clarifiers. So this feels like the kind of emotional settling of that. It's complementary to all of that Pentacles energy that we saw throughout the clarifiers of this week. So I like this. For those of you that might be dealing with outside situations, I would look for opportunities with this card to bond with people, to relate to people in different, deeper ways, in ways that sort of bring about a better understanding or a clearer vision of either who this person may be to you, or how they may be to you, how you need to treat them, or how important they might be to you. You might be seeing those sort of I don't want to say visions, but you might be realizing that certain people in your life you're really drawn to and you care about. For some of you, like I said, this is definitely a love card, right? So it could be about getting deeper into a relationship where it feels really comfortable, it feels really nice, and now would be the time to do that. But I would say, for those of you that are involved in a situation like that, don't forget about that Hermit, right? Don't forget about that. I'm not saying to pull back, but to remember that whatever you're sort of doing with this person, whether it's romantic or friendship, but generally the Two of Cups leans more towards romance in my opinion. But if it is romantic or even a friendship, these things offer us those opportunities to sort of learn more about ourselves through that sort of Hermit energy underneath, right? So how we treat others is how we sort of see ourselves in a way. If you look at these two, even though they're not identical, but they sort of look like they're mirroring each other, even though there's two different people, right? They're sort of trading cups or bonding with their cups and connecting over where they are similar versus rather where they are different, or where they may feel similar rather than they are different. So I would say, even if it's a non-romantic situation, say some of you are out there dealing with like a coworker or a boss, this energy, to me, this card indicates like, how do we relate to this person versus how, like, going into a state of, say, judgment or resistance of them. This is about being open and connecting versus fighting against or not accepting. Does that make sense? So, and also with that Hermit energy underneath too, it's like when we look deep inside of ourselves, hopefully we can see through our own empathy and our own compassion, kind of, if there's people that are, maybe doing things we don't agree with or whatever, hopefully we can kind of see some aspect of ourselves in them, and that can help to deepen this Two of Cups and better our relationships. Overall, the Two of Cups is a very positive card. So I would see and expect improvements in your relationships today, not only with yourself, but with those outside of you. So keeping that in mind, now let's clarify this and see what's going on. Look who's coming in, the Knight of Pentacles. I told you that we have that as our midweek card. So this is that sort of settling of the emotional state, right? Of where we're at, what we have, what we want. And then the Knight of Pentacles is kind of signifying that it's coming in to sort of move us forward, albeit a little bit slowly, methodically, carefully. But he's going to do everything he needs to do, or we are going to do everything that we need to do to kind of continue to carry, hopefully, this good vibe. Remember that underpinning grounding stone this week is standing in our strength. The Two of Cups would definitely be a take on our own emotional strength and our own emotional sort of understanding of ourselves and maybe those around us, close to us, okay? So this Knight of Pentacles is also very grounded, very steady, very stable, and I like that he's sitting underneath this Two of Cups. To me, that also brings in this energy where we can be in more acceptance of others or ourselves at this time. So he almost strengthens this Two of Cups. The next card is the Fool. I believe we saw the Fool this week too, didn't we? Oh man, with all these clarifiers on Sunday, I'm not going to be able to keep up. I think we saw the Fool this week somewhere, Or was he in one of the Patreon readings? I can't remember. I know he came up as a clarifier somewhere this week. It might have been one of the Patreon readings. I'm not sure. But anyways, Fool to me is Aquarian energy, expansive, thinking about the greater collective, that sort of a thing. New beginnings, certainly. Also remaining open. He would signify the openness, where I feel like what I was talking about with the Two of Cups is that idea of being open to others and their ideas, being open to their ways of behavior, even though we may not understand them, taking opportunities to see ourselves in others, even if we don't understand them. That would be the Fool's energy. Yes, sometimes people would say, oh, don't be so trusting or don't be foolish like that, but the Fool sort of has to do that so that he can be open to the new beginnings and the new opportunities that are presented to him, right? It's a whole new adventure. He also is major arcana, so it's kind of like, says to me that there could be significant understanding coming from the relationships or how we interact in the relationships around us, or even our relationship to ourselves, right? With this Two of Cups. So him sitting underneath this with the Knight of Pentacles, keeping us sort of steady, grounded, and moving forward. The Fool says, okay, let's really redefine ourselves or how we relate to ourselves or those around us. So, and then we have the Queen of Cups. Beautiful. So she is cups upon cups, right? Queens always represent the cup suit. So she's the emotionality. And then we have her as the Queen of Cups. She is really sort of in her feelings. Not in a bad way, though. I feel like this is about exploring how we feel today, how we feel about ourselves or others, but whatever that exploration is or whatever sort of work that we do, through doing that, we also kind of deepen that knowledge of the Hermit, right? So today is the day that I think that we check in with ourselves quite a bit. How do we feel? How do certain situations make us feel? I really think that with the newness of the Fool and the depth of the Queen of Cups and the steadiness of the Knight of Pentacles, there's really sort of opportunity here for us to either create stronger bonds with others or get into a much more fuller understanding and appreciation of ourselves, which may be actually even more important than our relationships with others. Because the more that we're sort of in tune to ourselves, the more that we can be in tune with others. Does that make sense? And I think that we definitely have that coming on this week because we saw that Strength card towards the end of the week and that Strength stone as the theme of this week. So for those of you that are exploring these sort of more deeper emotive aspects of self through the situations you might be in or the relationships you might be dealing with, allow this to take place today because I feel like these guys are all working together to really show us sort of who we are in a really beautiful way, right? I feel like there's a lot of really nice, yes, it's a little bit watery with that Two of Cups and the Queen of Cups, but it's going to be fine. That Knight of Pentacles will kind of sort of steadily steer us and just allow yourself to be in your feelings today. Allow yourself to explore them. That would be the sort of new beginnings of the Fool too. And be brave, which would be the sort of steadiness and bravery of the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. To move yourself through this. Because I think that it's all for your betterment. Let's see what the grounding stone is for today. So the grounding stone for today is, and this is a great feeling to be in during this Two of Cups, Queen of Cups moment, is gratitude. So looking to what we're grateful for, those around us, opportunities to learn, opportunities for acceptance for ourselves, really finding a sense of gratitude for that. Again, grounding in that and sort of centering in that, focusing on that gratitude for the things you have also opens up the sort of generosity and the companionship or the compassion that we feel in the Two of Cups. And it sort of can also guide us through that Knight of Pentacles. It can keep us open and available to new experiences through the Fool. And it can also help us to feel very sort of emotionally connected through the Queen of Cups, right? Nurturing, loving. For some of you, there might be some water sign people around you too. I'm just getting that hit too with the Two of Cups and the Queen of Cups. There could be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces that you're dealing with today. The Fool would represent Aquarius. The Knight of Pentacles could be Earth sign. But I feel like for the majority of you, this is about maybe our relationship to self. and how we interact with ourselves is certainly going to be a reflection in how we interact with those around us, right? Or the way that we react to others around us is showing us how we feel about ourselves. Does that make sense? So find that gratitude today and ground in that gratitude and deepen this perspective through that Hermit energy, through this Two of Cups energy, to appreciate yourself just all the more, because that also helps to bring that strength that we want throughout this week as we move through this week and into this new year. That is your forecast for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. It helps me greatly. And subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you feel like you want to tune in every day. I'm usually in the chat room when we run the videos in the morning to just answer any questions and say hello. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you again, everybody, for all of your support, for the views, the likes, the Patreon subscribers, everybody. I really appreciate all of you. It's been a journey it's been well over a year that I've been doing this, and your support is greatly, greatly appreciated. So thank you and have a great day, you guys. It looks to be like it's going to be a wonderful one for all of us. All right, take care. Bye-bye.